Welcome back, everyone, and in this review we're going to be taking a look at the G.I. Joe Classified Series Special Mission Cobra Island Gabriel Barbecue Kelly. Now, I've been waiting for this guy to come in. He finally came in, and when he did come in, I was in Disney at the time, so I didn't get to give this guy an early review. So here we are today, and once again I'm still under the weather, so I apologize. Excuse me. But anyway, with that being said, if you guys like the videos that I'm putting out, please like, subscribe, share, and leave comments down below. Now that that's out of the way, let's take a look at this guy's accessories. So, starting off with his backpack. So this is really cool. So with barbecue here, of course, we all know that he's a firefighter, and he has his firefighting gear. And right here we have, of course, his foam canisters or water containers, whatever you want to call them. So, you know, they're nicely done. You can see that this is black, all molded in black, and then we have some painted orange with excuse me, black stripes, and then we have a little bit of detail here, you know, which I guess it, you know, caution, and then it looks like a highly explosive, flammable, and I believe that's an axe right there. I can't really see it too well because it's kind of small. Sorry, I'm trying to get to zoom in. Let's see if I can get a better look on that. Anyway, this is his firefighting foam or water containers, whichever, A, B, and C, whichever ones he needs. But anyway, this backpack was beautifully done. I love the little detail that they have in the backpack here. You know, you have different little gauges. Of course, it's all black. Nothing's been painted. Then you have the tubes here, which of course then, you know, has this peg on the side, which we'll get to that here in a minute. And then it looks like this is where his foam gun would go, or water gun would go. But yeah, so that's it. And then the bottom, you know, of course, it looks like kind of a jetpack, but excuse me, it's actually where these containers are. So that is the backpack, and then we'll get back to that in a second. Then we have his foam gun or water pistol, whichever. I'd like to say it's more of a firefighting foam that comes out of this thing. Very nicely done. It's just casted in black. There's a little bit of detail on it. Very, very well done. It has a hole in it, so you could plug a foam effect in there, or smoke effect, whichever you could get out of it to actually make it look like it's actually spraying out foam. Really, really nice. And then it has the peg on the back, and that peg on the back of that and the side of that backpack plug into this, and that is the hose that actually, water or foam, whichever you prefer, you know, it's your imagination, that would actually work. So excuse me, taking this hose and taking the backpack, and right here you can see this plug right here. You would take this hose and you would just plug it in. It's a little stiff plugging in at first, but it's all right. It'll go. And then you just take this piece with this plug here, and then just plug it right onto the back. And there you go. There you have barbecues, foam gun, firefighting equipment, whichever way you wanna do it. So, no, a matter of fact, that is not for his for this gun. I stand corrected. This is actually for one of his axes. All right, so moving on. Now we have his axe, and this is a beautifully done axe. As you can see, the grip on the handle here, very nicely done for the fingers. We have some ridges up here at the top for grip, and then we have a little silver here for the blade of the axe itself. And these firefighter axes are, you know, this one's very well done. And of course, you know, these things are heavy duty for breaking down doors and cutting through, you know, metal doors or whatever the case is you have to do to get into a house to save somebody or another Joe, if that's the case. And then we have the smaller one. And this one's more for close combat or for cutting things out of the way, and then you have the spikes on the end of the handle. Now, if this one, if you ask me, is more for defense than anything, you know, because of the fact that it has the spikes here on the handguard for ripping and tearing if you have to get through stuff. Whatever you want to pretend it's used for. You know, remember, he is a special force G.I. Joe character, so which therefore use this for defense or for saving somebody. Either way, it's still nicely done. And you know, once again, you have a little bit of some detail on here. All right, so now that that's all out of the way, let's take a look at this figure. This figure is absolutely, I you know, the only other ones that I'm actually anticipating from this line are Tomax and Zaymont, the original Storm Shadow, and of course Spirit with Freedom. And of course I would like Shipwreck whenever they come out with him. A Serpentor would be cool. I have all the others, the Bat, you know, just a couple other ones. But I've been waiting for Barbecue to come, and you know what? Compared to the original, compared to this one here, they really have stepped this guy up. You know, it's close to what his original outfit was. And as you can see, they have given him, now for firefighting gear, we all know that firefighting gear is heavy to protect the person inside. So not only does he have this helmet here with his goggles and then his, you know, his respirator here on the front of his face, you know, it looks like you push a button, the whole thing would open up. Then you have his armor that goes across his chest with a couple more gauges here in the front. And then you have his, I would say, oxygen or cooling tank. He has a little gauge right here. I don't know if that's for pressure or for oxygen levels for when he, you know, he has to use it for when he's in a fire or saving someone. Whatever the case, he has a bunch of pouches on the side here, which is very nicely done. His belt, more pouches on the arms, more shoulder armor. And then he has his gloves. You know, he has armored gloves, which is fantastic. You know, so these things, you know, would be monster and heavy and protect you from fires, forest fires, any type of fire. This gear here is going to protect you. And then he has another gauge here. This is a sticker. This isn't even painted on. This looks like a sticker that's on his arm right here. Doesn't even look like it's painted on. If somebody knows if it's a sticker or if it's paint, just let me know in the comments down below. You can see the detail in his uniform as it comes down. And he has his pouches on the side of his legs. Of course, if I was paying attention, this is where the foam gun would go, and then this is probably where the hand axe, the smaller axe, goes. Overall, the paint app on this guy is very clean, very well done, as you can see. I don't have, you know, the silver's not bleeding over into the black or the gray part of his suit. You know, underneath I do have orange because it's not painted under there. But as far as everything else, very well done. Very well done. I love the way they did the wrinkles in the uniform coming down his legs. Then you have his knee pads, all the way down to his boots. I do believe these boots, and I'm not for sure, but I think these are reuse from Destro, maybe, possibly. I don't know for sure. I'd have to look at my Destro figure, but they do look a lot like Destro's boots. Anyway, they do look familiar. But anyway, so moving on. So with this guy here, he has head tilt. He can look up, which is fabulous. I mean, what a great able to look up. He's able to look down, and now you can actually pull his head back on that ball joint and actually get him to look down that much because he has that collar here, so you want to move past that. And you want to make sure you don't scrape that, so you want to make sure you just kind of pull it back and then gently just push it down. You push it forward, he's going to look down only about that far, but yet he does look down quite a bit, which is great. Then you have, of course, the standard G.I. Joe articulation. He has the shoulder butterfly joint inside here, which is nice. He can get into the T pose without messing up with his armor, which is nice. He is double hinged at the elbow. He has wrist swivel. Mine's kind of tight, and then his wrists move side to side, not up and down, if I'm not mistaken. Well, with this here on his arm, this doesn't really allow his arms to his wrist to bend too much, just a little bit anyway. And then this side here, not really. It kind of just bounces right back as soon as it hits this part of the, you know, his armor of his glove. He has a torso bend. He can bend back that far. He can bend forward that far. He has a little bit of a torso swivel. He has a waist swivel. He has the drop down legs, of course, which they all have. Upper thigh swivel, which is actually behind these straps right here that are on him, you know, for the pouches. And then he has double jointed knees, and mine's a little stiff, but yes, as you can see, he makes it all the way up. And then he has boot articulation, side rockers, forward pivot that far, back pivot that far. All right, so with that being said, as we have taken a look at Gaberial Barbecue Kelly, you know, I had the original one of this guy back when I was younger. He was cool because he was like the only firefighter that they had on the Joe team, at least from what I can remember. And now they came out with him and they kind of updated his uniform and everything, and it's fantastic. So before we get into ranting and going on about a whole bunch of other things, and I apologize, let's get into actually putting the gear on him, and let's check him out with the gear. So you have the peg, you have the hole, of course, and that plugs right into his back. Well, at least I think it does. Mine doesn't. There we go. That's a tight fit. And then just take his hose and his foam gun, and you can fold it up this way, or I guess you could turn it. Well, same thing, I guess, really. Yeah, I'm just gonna fold mine up. Sorry, I don't have it in camera, but anyway, just fold this up, the hose up like this. You know, I don't think you can get it to dip down and then do it like that. I think it's kind of just too much. So I'm just gonna take mine and I'm just gonna stick it in this holster. If I can get it in there. And there you go. And then there is his foam gun. Now, if I'm able to make this go a different way, to turn it a little bit, oh, maybe, there you go. There you go, kind of goes in the back. That's gonna kind of stick out and be in the way, I think. So maybe kind of just tuck it over. There you go. There you go, that's not too bad. I can deal with that. It's actually quite nice. And then we take his smaller axe, and I do believe it slides in. Yeah, because this pouch here opens up. So this kind of slides in, and it's gonna slide, I don't know, I don't think it's supposed to hold it like that, but just kind of open it up. If I can get it to work, yay, maybe, maybe not. Oh, come on. There we go. There we go. Maybe that's the way it's supposed to go. I don't know, or is it supposed to go this way? I could be wrong all the way around. Maybe it's supposed to sit like that. I don't know, what do you guys think? Maybe? So you can just reach down and grab it right there. I thought maybe it would go this way for safety reasons because of the blade. I mean, it would make sense to me, but, you know, I could be wrong. I mean, it's kind of, doesn't fall out or anything like that. How about we just slide it on here like this for now? If I'm wrong, somebody please leave me the comments down below. Let me know how it's supposed to go, because I don't know if that's the way it's supposed to go. You figure if he's going to run with that thing, it's going to start swinging all over the place, right? Cut himself open. Cut somebody open with it. Anyway, whatever. So there you go. You have that hanging. on the side, and then you have his, if I can get him to stand here for a second. Stand. All right, he's kind of a little bit out of whack. All right, there we go. And then we have his bigger axe, and that, I guess it would just plug in to his backpack like this, so he would grab the handle, right? I don't know how this is supposed to go on here. Definitely it's not gonna go like that. Maybe blade first. That makes sense. Blade first, kind of sit like that so he can reach back. So you can reach back and just grab it. That would make sense. Because he's not gonna put it in like this, and it doesn't seem like it's gonna fit with the handle. I'm gonna guess that this would go down like that because it has that little clip there, and that's how that's supposed to sit on his back. You know, you don't have to leave it, I guess, turned like that. You can actually have it a little more straight. And if that's wrong, let me know in the comments also, because I don't know, to be honest with you. Okay, so with this guy here, I think he's a great looking figure. I like him. I just took him out of the box. I haven't really checked him out or messed with him too much. So the first time you've actually seen me mess with him is right now. So how about we turn around and do a little bit of comparison and see how he stands with other characters. Here's how he scales with Batwoman Beyond. Here's how he scales with Masters of the Universe Revelations Faker. Here's how he scales with Star Wars Black Series, the 501st Trooper. Here's how he scales with the Masters of the Universe Revelations Man-at-Arms. And here's how he scales with Masters of the Universe Origins, Lords of Power, Merman. All right, so now to wrap this all up, I just want to say that the pros and cons with this guy here, I just want to say that his joints are a little bit too gummy for me. Moving his joints, like on his double jointed elbows, they want to bounce back. They're just really gummy. As you can see, I have them in a pose here, but moving these joints here with that gummy feeling, it feels like they're gonna break. Now they didn't. You just got to be careful with them. At least I was careful with mine. Just very gummy feeling. But he poses just fine. He poses well, as you can see with all his gear on him and everything. So, you know, that's the only gripe that I have, is just the gumminess on those joints. So, I don't know. That's the first figure I've had in this line that actually has those joints like that. He doesn't have the wiggly waggly waist like Arctic Storm Shadow does, but you know, here we are with these gummy joints, which I don't know why that is, but it is what it is. But anyway, moving on, that's about the only gripe that I have. This is a great figure, so if you can get your hands on them, great. If not, you know, hopefully they will get them back out there. All right, guys, that's the end of this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment down below, and I'll catch you all on the flippity flip.